Okay, question 8. Which one of the following numbers is smallest in value? Okay, so we're going to compare 5, very random values. So log base to 7, what is that? So we know 2 squared is 4, right? But then 2 cubed is 8, so log base to 7 is between those, right? So 7 is closer to 8, right? So you would expect this to be between 2 and 3, right? But what? But closer to 3. Yeah, because 7 is closer to 8, right? So it's closer to 3. Fine. So that's all you know about option A, right? Option B, well, that's good because I can evaluate this. 1 over 8 plus 1 over 4 to the minus 1. This I can do, right? 3 over 8 to the minus 1. That is 8 over 3. Okay, how about C? What do I know about C? So pi divided by 3, well, pi is 3 and a bit, right? So this is basically 2 to the, 1 and a bit, right? 1 and a bit. Yeah, so 2 to the 1 and a bit. That means it is 2 and a bit. 2 and a bit. Okay, great. How about D? Now, D looks pretty bad. D looks pretty bad. So let's go back to it. Let's go back to it. Okay, how about E? E is 4 sine squared pi over 4. So pi over sine pi over 4 is root 2 over 2, right? Root 2 over 2. If I square that, this becomes 1/2. Yeah? So 4 times 1/2, this means that this is exactly 2. Yeah, exactly 2. Okay, so if E is exactly 2, then it's definitely not A, not B, and not C, right? I mean, all of them are larger than 2. Yeah, so what I have to do is I have to prove that D is actually bigger than 2. Yeah. Okay. The strategy I'm going to use is that I'm going to try to make this number smaller. Okay, I'm going to try to make this D smaller. Okay, and after I make it smaller, it becomes 2. Okay, that's my strategy. So I'm going to make D smaller and it becomes 2. What does that mean? That means that D is originally bigger than 2, right? Because it has to be originally bigger than 2 such that after I make it smaller, it becomes 2. That's my strategy. Okay, so how am I going to do that? So root 2 is definitely smaller than 1.5, right? We all know that. So this is bigger than 1 over 4 1.5 minus 1 cubed. Yeah. So I'm making the bottom bigger, right? I'm making the denominator larger. That's why the final value here is smaller. Yeah. So, and then I have, well, this is equals now. 1 divided by 4 times 0.5 cubed. This is basically 2, right? This is basically 2. Yeah, so I made D smaller and it becomes 2. That's why E is the smallest answer, yeah, because E is exactly 2.